All right, for some reason the song's not playing, but
Oh,
we're on.
it
I don't know why
didn't
the song wasn't playing. Whatever.
didn't matter to me because I never hear it
You
anyways.
never hear it?
No.
Oh, that's so dumb. Well, welcome to Scotch Sporting. Did you watch that House of the Dragon trailer today?
No, I'm trying to stay away from trailers again for something I know I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, but it's a TV show. It's not like it's a movie.
I know, but I just don't want to be hyped about it and then be disappointed when it doesn't live up to the hype.
Yeah. So I at least have some. There are now some plot points that
Oh, and in the trailer?
in the trailer, like you kind of understand what one of the main conflicts is, and yeah,
Is it like infighting, civil war type
yeah,
of thing?
yeah. That's exactly what
I
it
didn't
is.
see the trailer, and then that's what I figured was gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's like, and the theme is like one of the main themes is like a woman on the throne,
Oh,
and
okay.
like I don't know, I feel like I I just feel like we may have done this already. I can hear your fan a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a touch, but it just feels like I don't know. It feels like we did this already. And
Was that not whole Daenerys thing?
right,
Her whole thing?
it was the whole Daenerys. It was Cersei. You know, like we've been through a woman on the throne storyline, and yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, but it still looks awesome. And by the looks of it, they're setting up Doctor Who there to be
The villain?
kind of the villain.
He's taken on a lot of villain roles lately. He's
Yeah,
got
like
the face for it though.
because it's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
Oh,
But don't forget, Terminator, was it Genesis?
oh, right, that was a long time ago too.
Yeah.
Remember? Did you ever watch the trailer for that movie?
No, but that was the one where everyone said it ruined the whole movie.
Huge
The
spoiler.
twist was a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, by the way, John Connor is a fucking robot. What?
Yeah.
What? Like, I would have way rather found that out in the movie,
Yeah.
but I guess I know going in. Yeah. So what have you been up to since there's very little sports going on?
Like I said previously when we start recording, getting caught up on my spreadsheets and video games.
Okay.
Because my spreadsheet has taken up most of my free time, and usually what I did in my free time was play video games, and can't even do that anymore.
All right.
Especially with baseball. Baseball's the worst.
Let me ask you about this spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. Maybe this is a little more information you want to give out. How much money has this spreadsheet made you?
In hockey, I finished 200 units plus. Baseball, I'm only up 30 units, so it's not that much. Football, I finished. Well, I didn't do units for football, so I was up 1,500 in football.
And this is overall,
And this,
or
yeah,
all
and this
time,
is
or
me. No, just this past year.
just this past year?
Yeah.
So you've made $1,500 just from your football.
Yeah.
200 units, whatever that means.
So I started off at $5 units because
Right.
my starting payroll was $500, so 1% is
Yeah.
a unit. And then once I got up to 1,000, I upped it to
10.
$10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
So I don't know what the dollar amount is, but it's 200 units.
right.
Because I was
Okay.
tracking units, right?
So anywhere between, so it's going to be anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000. Yeah. So like it's safe to say 1,500 from hockey as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you have $3,000, and this thing takes up the majority of your free time.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that a wise use of your free time? Is all I'm asking.
I think if I can get this like nailed down and up my units, then
Right.
yeah, I think it is, right?
Well, yeah, I guess if you're up 200 units, or sorry,
Yeah, imagine if I had like $1,000
if you were doing
payroll.
$1,000, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, I see.
And it's not like I'm missing out on like a bunch of video games. I mean,
No,
Elden Ring's probably the biggest one.
this has been the shittiest year for video games in a long time. Although Stray just came out today,
I know.
and that's what Mom's playing, right?
I'm debating whether I should buy it outright or just get
Jerry didn't come out today.
Extra.
It came out yesterday.
Oh, it came out yesterday. That's right. It's on. Oh, do you not have the PlayStation Plus?
I didn't
thing?
upgrade to extra yet
Oh,
because
okay.
most of the games that are on there I already have. So
Right.
I'm like, worth me upgrading yet? Nah, probably not yet.
I already had PlayStation Now, so
Yeah. Did that automatically up you to extra
yes.
because of that? Okay.
Yeah, so it put me to the highest one.
Premium.
Up until next year, sometime next year.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's
So you
not
get to
bad.
play the old games. Have you even touched any of those old games?
Not really. Is on your head. No, I haven't really done much.
I don't know. I think Desmond would get a kick out of it since he's into old stuff.
Oh yeah. He'll check it out, but and I'll tell you, when we upgraded to the fiber internet, you can do the streaming stuff now, and it works well, right? So
yeah.
Oh, he has to test my Dr. Pepper to make sure
it's not poison?
to make sure that it's not poison. So
smart boy.
Can you do that for me? Right here on camera so people can see you. There you go.
Did you get that up from across the street?
No, I have to go to the Stone Church and Ottawa. Across the street's like not a Circle K anymore. They closed and now they're some other thing. Give me 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we're going to be clear now. Close the door, please. Bye. Yeah, we went to Niagara Falls today. I thought that would buy me some peace and quiet in the evening. It didn't. No.
Is he just more amped up from?
Yeah, I mean,
Clifton Hill?
So I think he's gonna have a gambling problem.
Why? What's he doing in Niagara Falls?
So we go to this arcade, right? Every time we go, Great Canadian Midway, it's called. It's right at the bottom of Lundy's.
Oh, yeah.
And so it costs 3 coins, 3 tokens, and it's this little key, and you have a little control stick, and then you got to hold the button down, and then the key raises up, and then when you let go of the button, the key goes in to unlock the prize. He was not happy that he kept losing. And that's all he wanted to do. And I'm like, dude, there's stuff that gives out tickets. There's other video games, like there's the Mario Kart, like where you sit down and drive the Mario Kart. Not
want to win.
And all he was trying to win was a PlayStation card. He doesn't have a PlayStation account, and he's like, well, Dad, I was gonna win it for you because I love you. And I'm like, well, thank you, but I just want to spend the afternoon with you. I don't care about a PlayStation card. But Dad, I need to win it for you. Okay.
That's sweet.
Okay. So
just like when he bought his brother the Oculus.
That's right. He's a good kid. He cares about stuff, you know. All right, you want to get started here with the Scotch Sporting leadoff?
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go. Scotch Sporting leadoff time. Boom. All right. So turns out nobody wants to stay in Calgary.
No one good anyways.
No one good. That's right. So Goudreau left, right? And now Tkachuk has told the team, yeah, I'm not re-signing. He has 1 year left on his contract and has basically said, I'm out after this season. So I have another part of this, and I think we'll go into that deeper dive of this after the leadoff, because I want to talk to you about what this means for the Leafs next year. But let's talk about what is going on in Calgary. Why is this happening? Is it a U.S. hockey player not wanting to play in Canada? Is this the problem, or what do you think it is?
I mean, it stands out when both of them are Americans,
right?
And they both cited his family as not being able to travel back and forth quite as easily because apparently there's still a lockdown or a quarantine initiative between the two countries, right?
Get vaccinated.
I know. That's an issue we'll talk with about Wiggins, but
yeah,
it could be a coaching thing. I mean, Sutter's not,
it's the first
he's an old school coach.
That's the first thing that I thought was like they don't want to play for Sutter.
Yeah.
Like he's old. He was old school 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So what is he now? Like ancient school. I can't imagine playing for someone that like when did Sutter play? In
I
the
want to say in the
70s?
70s. Yeah.
Right. Like he can't relate to these kids.
No.
So is there something more to it? Is it an American Canadian thing, or is it just bad luck?
Could be a little bit of both, but I mean, all this combined, does it really make for a happy situation for the player,
Right.
right? It's one thing if they're constant contenders every year, but if they're just once in a blue moon contenders, like, God, really want to stick it out long term,
Right,
just
but I
for
mean
a coach.
they looked like legitimate like contenders this year.
Until they played the Oilers and they looked like shit.
Sure.
Markstrom especially,
Yeah.
which was
But like
shocking
let's be
because
honest okay. Devil's advocate here.
mm,
Columbus is no fucking better
no,
and probably worse in every possible way.
Mhm.
So does he just not care? Is that it? Like does Johnny Hockey just not give a shit about playing hockey?
Or maybe his 1 year
winning?
with Sutter was like, I can't go through another season with that. Like,
Maybe.
I may have had my best season, but that was like
Right.
tough.
Right. So we're blaming the coach. I like it. All right. Number 2. All-Star weekend. Well, I guess it's not weekend for baseball. All-Star Monday and Tuesday.
Well, it started on the weekend because he had the Futures game, and then he had the Celebrity Softball game.
Right.
Right.
So, Home Run Derby was Monday. All-Star game went last night. The American League has now won 9 straight.
And 21 of the last 25.
And sorry, did you say 21 out of 25? Wow. National League's garbage. Okay, so wait. What's the record for World Series over that same time frame?
Well, they only started doing that World Series thing, I think.
No. Yeah, I just mean
like for
American League, National League, who's won the World Series in that time frame?
That's a good question. I never actually kept track of that. I feel like the American League has won more.
Right. Okay. So the American League is just better. I mean, that's true. That's true.
You got that extra hitter, right?
It's the same this year. Whoa.
It's the same this year now. Did that tornado finally hit?
No, but the lightning was fucking bananas. But
I just heard the thunder right now.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So All-Star game 3-2 American League. Kind of a snooze fest if you're looking for offense. But if you love pitching, it was a game. I know, Mark, you didn't watch it. I watched, I'd say I watched 60% of the game. I saw Manoah's inning. I saw all the runs scored.
There were only 2 innings.
Right. But I did see all of the runs scored. I'm going to start the clock here. So I saw all of the runs scored. That home run
Stanton hit?
Not the one Stanton hit, the one after. Bruxton. Did you see how outside of the strike zone that was?
It was like a foot above the fucking strike zone.
I'm like, what are you swinging? Oh, wait, it's gone. As soon as he hit it, I'm like, it's gone. And he shouldn't even have thought about swinging at it. But there you go. Yeah, it was an interesting game. It looked like they were having fun, but for an all-star game, all-star game should be 17-12.
Well, that's what happens when these guys are trying, right?
Right.
It's not set up in a way where you can ease up.
Right.
Like a pitcher's willing to go out there and throw softballs and get absolutely pummeled.
Right. But I don't know, it just feels like when I was a kid, weren't the all-star games 17-12, or am I crazy?
I don't think any of them were. I think maybe the highest one I've seen was maybe 9-8.
Okay, maybe I must just be thinking of hockey and
yeah.
But I mean, for all-star games, baseball is the best one because it's the most like watching an actual baseball game.
Everyone's trying.
Just there's a different pitcher every inning.
Yeah,
and way more substitutions.
Yeah.
But still pretty good. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I don't know. I think All-Star games, again, baseball's the exception because it's so close to the actual sport. But All-Star games in general, I think, are kind of like passe.
Mhm.
So, all right, moving on. Oh boy, this Team Canada thing just keeps getting crazier. So, turns out that they had a slush fund that covered exactly this sort of thing. And the microphone just picked up that thunder. That was cool. So Mark, help me out here.
Mhm.
You is this a case of boys will be boys? Is that why this slush fund exists? Because that's all I can think of.
Yeah, it's like we know it's a problem. That's why we set up this fund.
Just in case. I mean, not just in case. It's for when it happens.
Yeah.
And like everybody who's on the team is putting out statements now, like I had no knowledge of it. I wasn't even there. There was one guy, he's like, I wasn't even fucking there that night. Don't you dare come at me. But I'll cooperate any way you want me to.
Yeah.
Dude, like I would not want to be anywhere near any of this.
No.
These guys are fucked. And especially when Trudeau's out there with his fucking Lloyd Christmas haircut.
And his was it true he was wearing like that Pee Wee Herman style suit? I saw a picture of it and I'm like, that's gotta be Photoshopped.
I think it's photoshopped. I'm pretty sure that's photoshopped. It's still bad. But when you've got Lloyd Christmas Trudeau out there blasting you, man, how does Hockey Canada come back from this?
They gotta be absolutely transparent going forward. That's the only way they regain the trust.
Right, but man, like talk
they
about
gotta name names.
Yes. Oh yeah. This has to come out, and everybody who's involved needs
Doesn't
to
matter
pay.
how big of a name you are.
Yep.
Cale Makar, Robert Thomas.
Yep. Does not matter. You need to pay. So, all right. Hey, we haven't used this one in a really long time. Oh shit. No. Damn it.
Everything's blocking it.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
We haven't used this in so long. And actually, we can use it for a real reason. The Saskatchewan Roughriders have not practiced for 4 days now. Is it 10? Is that how many players? 10 players. 10 players of COVID. And they play the Argonauts on either
Saturday.
So we'll see if that game happens. Anyways, I guess Andrew Wiggins had some words after the NBA, after winning an NBA title.
This is so stupid.
Says he wishes he wasn't, or wishes he never got vaccinated. I didn't read the entire statement.
He said, I had the greatest year of my career.
Right.
I won a championship.
Yeah.
And because of that, I wish I didn't get vaccinated. If you didn't get vaccinated, you never would have played all those fucking games and you would have never been contribution to the fucking finals.
I still wish I didn't get vaccinated, to be honest with you. But you've got to do what you've got to do, he says.
And the most hilarious part is that at the end of that statement says, I just don't like that it wasn't a choice. I either had to do it or I didn't play any games. That's the fucking choice.
That's the choice. Then don't play. You have a choice.
Yeah.
Oh, we should.
And you chose to play.
You chose to play. You made your choice.
Yeah.
You could have chose not to get vaccinated, and then you don't play. It's very, very, very simple.
Yeah.
It's extremely simple. Like that's the biggest fallacy with all of this.
Yeah.
Is that
I don't like it. Didn't have a choice.
The choice exists. What you're looking for is a lack of consequence for your choice. But sorry, choices come with consequences.
Yeah. That's like going up to a red light at a stoplight and saying, man, why do I have to stop? I just want to keep going.
Right.
But you stop because it's the fucking law. You can go if you want, but accept the consequences if you do run that red light.
Right. Exactly. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And again, yeah, your choice is to run the red light. Your choice is to, hit someone with your car. All
Yeah.
of these things are illegal. You have the choice. You have the option to do them
Or not.
or not. The
Ugh.
option exists. All right. Last one. Scotch Sporting leadoff number 5. Soto stay or Soto go? My best one ever.
Brilliant.
So Washington looking to maybe move him.
Well, I mean, they first offered him a long-term 15-year, $440 million contract, hoping that he would say yes.
Right. And he said no.
And he said no. And then he was miffed that now they want to trade me. Why?
Why would you want to trade me? Because you don't want to make a commitment.
You just turned down 15 years, $440 million. That's why we are looking to trade you now.
We need to get something back so that way you don't just walk away, like Tkachuk's going to do.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I keep hearing Toronto coming up. Obviously, there's other teams in the mix. Seattle, I believe. Obviously, Yankees and Dodgers come up as well because they have all the money in the world. Mark, I'm gonna let you answer this because you know how much I know baseball. Is this a smart move for the Blue Jays? Would they have to give up too much? 60 seconds is all yours.
Yeah. Well, this is no different than the Kevin Durant deal, except that Soto's much younger.
Right.
Now, the same issue is that if you do trade for him, you're going to deplete your roster of any depth, which made you good in the first place. So if you're at Soto for maybe 1 or 2 core players, okay. He is 23. He's really young.
Right.
But unlike all the other sports, baseball is more of an individual sport. So if you had a significant bat in Soto, he doesn't necessarily help you with pitching. He doesn't necessarily help you with defense, which the other sports, the other athletes actually contribute to. So
right.
No, I don't think it's worth it.
What do you think they would have to give up to get him?
They'd have to give up like Bichette and Teoscar and probably a couple of first-round picks. And right there, I'm like, no.
I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
I do not like
and then
any of that.
The money commitment on top of that.
Right.
Don't forget.
Right. Okay.
And as we've seen this past, 2 weeks ago with Rogers, they need to put all their money into the infrastructure right now, not to the fucking baseball.
I saw an amazing TikTok, and it was this girl talking about this conspiracy theory that the Rogers. Okay, so you know me, I've dabbled in conspiracy theory stuff in the past, right? I love reading about it. I love I don't go in on them. I'm not like a big Bush did 9/11 guy or the moon landing's fake or anything like that. Earth's flat. I'm out on all of that stuff. But I've dabbled. So there's this UN thing that happens, and every time there's a major event. So right before COVID-19, they did this UN group, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they did this test, a simulation of what would happen if this global pandemic happened. And then they did a simulation before there was another one before COVID, and I can't remember what it was now, but they did a simulation, and then the disaster or whatever happened, right? So this person is saying they were doing a simulation about a cyber attack that knocks out the internet. And so Canada was the testing bed for, and this girl is like, yeah, all of Canada was out without internet for the whole day. And it's like, whoa. No, we weren't. Some of us were. If you only had Rogers, then you were out. Yeah. But that's only 25% of the country. So anyways, it was just really funny. These fucking conspiracy theorists are they're so good. Just the way they connect all these dots. Oh man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, Mark. So let's loop it back before we get to the deep dive. So let's loop it back to Gaudreau and Tkachuk. Yeah. And Tkachuk has 1 year left on his deal. Says, I'm not re-signing. I'm out. So Calgary's scrambling to trade him. And that'll probably happen this week, right? Like they're not going to sit on this.
That's what they say. Yeah, there's no point in waiting.
No point in sitting on. And this is the best time to trade him because you can get maximum return. If you wait until the season,
you're allowed to go over the cap as well a little bit.
If you wait till the season starts, people are in cap trouble, whatever. So next year, this time, Austin Matthews will be in the same situation that Tkachuk is in. 1 year left on the deal. Toronto scrambling to get him to sign a long-term deal. Austin Matthews.
Why wouldn't scrambling?
Okay.
They're not allowed to talk extension until next year anyway, so they can't even do anything right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. So they will be scrambling because Austin Matthews is arguably the best player in the league.
Just won the Hart Trophy, so
right.
I mean...
So he was definitely the best player in the league this year.
Yeah.
He's arguably the best player in hockey. He's a generational talent. Like this is a once in 20 years type player. He's from Phoenix. Obviously, I don't think there's any dream of playing at home in Phoenix, but Americans playing in Canada, I just, it doesn't, especially hockey, especially Toronto, the hardest fucking market to play in because you walk down the street, everybody knows who you are. You got the microphone in your face after every fucking game, and everyone's calling you a piece of shit when you lose. When you get knocked out in the first round, get rid of Marner, get rid of Matthews. It's all the same shit. Eventually, you're going to get tired of that stuff, no?
Maybe, but...
Maybe. Again, you say you're not worried about this scenario repeating itself next year in Toronto, and I want to hear why.
Well, first off, it's a bigger market than Calgary.
Right.
And with Matthews and Marner's, they are superstars, and they're being paid accordingly.
Okay.
Whereas Calgary probably wouldn't be able to afford or offer that type of money. Even if they did, it's a small market. So
because Calgary has lesser restaurants than Toronto.
Or less, I say, what's the word I'm looking for? Like world appeal.
No, I understand.
If you're going to visit Canada, like...
You're not going to Calgary. No, you're not. No, because Calgary sucks. I've been there. It sucks. But no offense to Calgary people. There was a lot going on, and if you want me to get into it, you can DM me on Twitter, and I'll explain to you why. But listen, I understand that, but Gaudreau was offered more money.
Yeah.
He turned down more money to go play in fucking Columbus, the Calgary of the United States. So I don't understand. The transition makes zero sense to me. And it's not like Ohio has like no state income tax. It still has income tax. So like these guys going to places with no income tax, that makes nothing but sense to me too. Especially after playing in Canada. But
I think with Gaudreau and Tkachuk, it is related because they've talked about it. Now Gaudreau apparently is on his way to having his first kid, so I think that is even more significant for him.
Right.
To have his child not only born in the States, but to have his family be able to visit.
Okay. Because his family isn't vaccinated.
Yeah, probably.
Get vaccinated.
With Matthews and Marner, they've created a life here in Toronto.
Right.
They're still really young.
Right.
That's why maybe if Matthews is like 30 years old, married, with a kid on the way, maybe be a little bit more worried. But from what I've seen from social media, he's doing what any kid in his early 20s is doing. It's just partying, having fun.
Where does he live in the off season?
Off-season?
Where is he right now?
I think he's in Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's always one of the things for me is like, are they committed to making Toronto their home? Because if that's the case, then you got a chance of them sticking. But if he's still going back to Phoenix.
But here's the thing. If he's got a really good, close friendship and relationship with Marner, who is from here, I think that helps.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. because remember those years with Kessel, they were saying, "Oh man, like is he gonna leave?" But he's really really good friends with Bozak, so by re-signing Bozak, we keep Kessel,
Right.
and that's what it took.
Right.
They re-signed Bozak, and Kessel stayed.
Right. And then
And
went
then,
to Pittsburgh.
but then they blew up the team
Right.
and
Yeah.
traded everyone away.
Right. So I don't know, man. Listen, I don't want this for you because deep down, Mark, I want your Leafs to do well. I want them to win a cup. I want you to have that. Just
I'm just saying it's
the
almost
Sharks, the Sharks
unprecedented
would be first.
when you see like generational players who get drafted by teams and leave almost immediately. I can't think of a single player in any sport that left right away.
Right. Yeah, because Tavares stuck for
almost 8 years.
Right.
And he signed a contract friendly on his bridge deal so that they could add more to the team.
Right.
Connor McDavid's still at Edmonton.
Yeah.
Mike Trout's still with the fucking Angels.
Which we will get to. We will get to. So, yeah, I mean, so is this the first? Because Gaudreau was drafted by Calgary, yeah?
Yeah, but
so
he was a 4th-round pick.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so he,
I didn't
overachieved.
think he was, okay, I didn't think he was, I thought he was like one of those hot shot.
No.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah. Now, the stat I wanted to bring up about the contracts is if you look at the Leafs payroll and people make this big deal about, oh, the Leafs are spending way too much on their superstars, but they at least produce what they're being paid. Matthews, first on team in salary.
First on team
in scoring.
Yeah.
Marner is third on team in salary, second in points. Tavares is second on team in salary, fourth in points. Nylander, fifth on the team in salary, third in points. Now, if you look at the roster of Calgary, the guy who makes the third most money on the team last year.
Uh-oh. Did I lose you or did I lose my internet? Oh, no, we lost Mark. I bet you what he was going to say was really interesting. Oh, man. Well, this is going to be interesting. Okay. We're gonna give him a minute. Yeah, I lost him. We're gonna give him a minute. Oh, he lost power at his house. Oh, this has been such a fun episode of Scotch Sporting. Hold on, let me just text him back. Everything is okay. Everything is restarting. Okay, he'll be back on in a second. Well, that's good. But this has been such an interesting episode of Scotch Sporting. We had a last minute. Tay had a last minute baby issues, so she couldn't come on. And then we were doing the will we won't we tonight. So me and Mark decided to go. Yeah, we have a big. I had a tornado warning come up on my phone a couple minutes ago. So about a half an hour ago.
Hello?
Hey, he's back. Hey, look at that. Everything still works, too. Your camera still works.
Does it?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Because I can't see anything.
You can't see anything?
No. I've got this Discord spinning thing logo.
Okay, hold on. I'll turn off my video and turn it back on. That might help for you.
I think I have to close Discord and reopen it, maybe? I don't know.
Interesting.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Holy shit! I'm actually on my iPhone.
What? Oh, you're using.
Hotspot. Yeah.
Oh shit! All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up pretty quick.
I got 25 gigs. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there
lots
you
of
go.
data.
I don't know, man. The video uses a fair amount.
Okay, what I was gonna say was, I was saying the player with the third highest salary in Calgary last year.
Yep.
What place did he finish on team scoring?
Third highest. I'm gonna say he finished 7th.
15th.
15th.
15th. Oh. Sean Monahan, making $6.375 million. Now,
how much was Gaudreau making? How much was he making?
$7 million.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Next player. 5th on the team in salary.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think he finished?
5th in salary?
Yeah.
Well, if third was 15th, we're gonna say fifth was 17th.
No, he was 7th actually.
Oh, okay. Well, there
Acklin
you
did
go.
better,
Hey, all right.
but you're getting paid $5.35 million,
Uh-huh.
and you produce only 39 points.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
And the big one,
Oh boy.
6th on team in salary, making
Sixth.
$6 million a year.
All right. 18th.
Close, 16th. It's
Damn.
Milan Lucic.
Lucic, you piece of shit.
21 points
God,
for $6 million.
21 points.
21
You're
points.
paying for his name at that point. You're not paying for points.
Now, in Calgary's defense, that was a contract they inherited from Edmonton because Edmonton was the one that gave that stupid contract.
right.
They
But
signed James Neal
still accepted
and
it.
traded.
Yeah.
Because they were getting rid of James Neal,
Right.
a bad contract that they signed.
Now, was any salary retained, or is Calgary
No.
on the hook for that whole 6?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Damn.
They did a full swap. Yeah.
Damn. That sucks. That sucks. All right. Well, let's get to the deep dive then. After we're bashing Calgary, and you just think that Calgary is a worse place to play, so that's why Matthews will stay in Toronto.
Yeah, I think Matthews. I mean, you get the huge celebrity status in Toronto as well. Like he's hanging out with Bieber and shit, so
Oh, great.
that helps.
I mean,
I'm just
that's
saying.
it. Hanging out
If it
with
worked-
Drake
if
and
that does it
Bieber
for
and
him-
The Weeknd.
I don't know if not the weekend. I don't think he's ever been back in Toronto. Actually,
Oh, really? The Weeknd's just done with
Yeah.
Canada?
I don't think he's done with Canada. It's just you don't see him as often as say Drake and Bieber, right?
Right. It's like, I'm an international superstar.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
so,
all
is,
are, but-
so is Drake and Bieber. Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about bad teams with great players. I think what's really stuck out is Mike Trout. As you'll see, he is the cover of the episode. Mike Trout has spent his entire career on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And how many times has he been to the postseason, Mark? One time. How many series has he won in the postseason, Mark? 0.
Almost as many games as well.
Almost as many games.
They were swept.
That's bad. That's bad.
You know how many hits he has in his career postseason?
Oh boy. 1 hit? Ooh. Oof. Okay, so then, you know, the whole Shohei Ohtani show is coming to the MLB and everybody's excited, and where's he going to go? Where's he going to end up? You know, the whole league is his oyster. Could have went anywhere. Could have literally signed anywhere. And he chose Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
He picked the wrong LA team.
They have 2 of the best players of all time. Right? Like there's no,
and one of the most remarkable athlete of all time.
Ohtani is like on another level.
Yeah.
And this team is still going to miss the playoffs again this year.
Remember when they were 27 and 17? I thought, hey, maybe
this is it.
And then they go and lose 14 games in a row.
14 in a row. That's bad. That's bad. So Mark, what's the problem in Anaheim?
I have no clue. It's got to be something that they're drinking, because when they hired Joe Madden, famed Joe Madden, who's able to take a Tampa Bay Rays team of non-superstars all the way to the World Series,
Right.
coach the fucking Cubs to a World Series title.
Right.
I thought this is going to be the guy
This is
who
the
gets
guy.
them just to the playoffs, not to win the whole
Right.
thing, just get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even do it.
Did they fire him too soon?
No. I
No?
mean, he was there for what, 4 years, I think it was,
Okay.
before they let him go.
He just lost the room.
I don't know if he lost room. It's just he can't win. I mean, it's the way the team's built.
Right.
Joe Madden isn't building the team,
Right.
but Joe Madden has done better with worse talent on his
worse
team.
talent, right? So is there ever like is it constantly one thing? Is it pitching? It can't really be hitting is the problem. Maybe there's just no
It's been pitching.
It's pitching.
It's been mostly pitching.
So why aren't they getting pitchers?
Well, they tried to get it this year. That's why they got that good start at 27-17, because Syndergaard was actually pitching well.
Right.
And like stars from 1 to 5 are doing actually pretty decent, which I was stunned. And now they've all regressed except for Otani, who's still putting up elite numbers.
Yeah, is still like a great pitcher and one
Yeah.
of the best hitters in the league. It is actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
And it took him a while to get to that because the first couple of years he had Tommy John surgery, so he wasn't really pitching.
So let me ask you this with the Otani. Why is this so rare?
I think because you have to dedicate so many hours to each discipline to get really good at something, and the mentality of, especially when you're batting, you have to remember different pitchers, what they like to throw,
right,
where they're going to throw it, and then as a pitcher, you have to focus on, okay, what do batters like? So with Otani, he has to know both.
Okay,
right?
but I mean, does so for me? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Do I really need to remember that this pitcher likes to throw his fastball 75% of the time and his cutter, 12% of the time, and his changeup the rest? Like, do I need to know that, or is my hitting coach going to tell me that on the way up and be like, "Hey, just remember this guy's throwing this a lot."
He could.
Right. So to me, and again, when it goes to pitching, the catcher's calling the game. The catcher's the one who needs to know where to pitch these guys, really. Yeah. It's not, pitcher just needs to put the ball where the catcher says.
But like with any sport, it's all about timing as well, right? So you want to get that time right. So with having to focus on both pitching and hitting, and especially in the American market where you grow up either a pitcher or a hitter, not both. Whereas in Japan, I guess they didn't have that strict discipline where if you wanted to pitch and hit, you could.
Right. Do you think this is the last player we'll see like this, or is this just the beginning of players like this?
I think it's the beginning. Yeah.
So will this become normal in, say, 30 years?
Maybe, because I mean, with the National League now getting rid of the DH or the pitcher rule and now having a DH, it allows what the American League is doing with Otani, where he can sub in as a DH and still pitch in the game.
Right. It's crazy. And if he's pitching, he doesn't have to come out of the game when he comes out from pitching, right? He can keep hitting.
He can keep hitting as a designated hitter.
Interesting. So, all right, back to this great players on terrible teams. What are some other examples you can think of players that have just like squandered talent on terrible teams? Like for me, I go back and I look at the Roy Halladay days in Toronto. And I mean, I know he had success when he went to Philly. Not a lot, but at least he got to play in the playoffs. But when you look back at those years, like those were dark years in Toronto.
And in the same vein, Carlos Delgado, like if he was in a bigger market, he put up fantastic numbers.
Yep. Yeah, and they were on the same teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Both those guys.
Them and Vernon Wells, I mean, not so great, but still pretty good. And guys that just sat here and died on the vine.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I mean, do we put Dan Marino in that?
I mean, he made the Super Bowl in his first year, but it's not like he didn't make the playoffs, right? So I would say he was necessarily on a bad team.
Okay.
At least they're making playoffs. They're just not having
not championship success, right? Because and then I started going, well, what about like Thornton and Marlowe in San Jose? But no, they were the poster child of regular season success, anyways.
Yeah.
So and I saw a thing the other day that was like it was all the teams and their how many playoff series they've won. And San Jose is ahead of a lot of teams that have been in the league way longer than them.
Yeah, because they go deep, right?
They've won 20 playoff series in their existence. And like there's teams that have been around a lot longer that don't have 20 playoff wins.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I thought about that, and that's a different thing, right? That's great players who just have never won championships. And championships aren't everything. When we're talking about this specific thing, like this is like bad players or sorry, bad
Bad teams.
teams ruining players' careers. Like you and like you said before we started recording, Connor McDavid was definitely heading in that direction. Luckily, this year happened,
Yeah.
and they made it to the Western Final.
Mhm.
And hopefully that means that they will continue to have success because, like, I think everybody wants to see the best players in the world succeed, right?
Absolutely.
Nobody
That's why I was
wants
so
to
pissed
see
at Edmonton.
right. Nobody wants to see Mike Trout not making the playoffs. They want to see him.
Yeah.
They want to see him in a World Series, right? Like that's the
Oh.
best player and one of the best players in the league. And same with Connor McDavid. You want to see him excelling and playing when it really means something.
Yeah.
So, can you think of any other examples?
Not off the top of my head, because I mean, outside of Mike Trout, because they literally don't make the playoffs. That's what is so astounding with him.
Right.
Now it was harder for early in his career for teams to make the playoffs, but now it's even easier because they've given you more spots. But now the Angels have squandered that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think, like, who in hockey? I mean, it was Connor McDavid, but before that,
I mean, I mean, shit. We could say all the people that fucking Edmonton drafted before Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
Right? Taylor Hall, Nugent Hopkins.
Yeah.
All of those guys were squandering their talent as they were toiling away in Edmonton. Man, imagine getting drafted by Edmonton and being one of the best players in the world. And then after you're done skating on the rink, you have to go and live in Edmonton. Fuck.
I think that's what happened to Chris Pronger
You're
after
right.
that 1 year. He's
His wife was like, no.
But babe, we just made it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But then he goes and wins with Anaheim anyways. I think like literally the year after.
Right.
So
Well, fuck Anaheim.
trying to think of basketball. Has it happened?
Yeah, I don't.
See, not even basketball, because basketball, if you're a great player, and because of the way basketball is, like, you're on the court for 90% of the time, so you can affect the game more.
Yeah, you can basically win the game single-handedly
you can literally,
if you're that good.
Yeah.
If you're LeBron or Jordan.
Or even like guys like Damian Lillard, who, you know, takes Portland to the playoffs but doesn't have playoff success because he's all by himself mostly.
Mm-hmm.
These are names that Chris knows, by the way.
Yes, of course. Yes, I know basketball. Trust me. Here we go.
Baseball's probably the hardest.
Ted Williams. Okay, this is a different article, I think, than the one I was looking at earlier.
Yeah, this was from, I think, 2019, not the one they put in the document.
Right. Yeah. So Ted Williams.
I don't know about the Archie Manning one.
Right.
I don't think he was a great quarterback. I mean, he was first overall. Sure, a lot of players are first overall, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be bona fide talents.
I mean, Leaf exists, right? So, yeah, Ernie Banks is on here.
It's a lot of baseball players, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. So, is that the problem? Is baseball the spot where you go to, like, you go?
It's hard to make the playoffs back then. Literally back then, it was 2 teams.
True.
That's it.
See, that's true, and that's where baseball is so different.
Yeah.
Because like when you think back to that, like when you think back to 91, 92, 93, even a little before that, Jays were in there. All like and it's like they
had to win the division.
Right. But you make the playoffs one team.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's the best thing they did. This playoff format this year is the best thing they've ever done. I can't wait.
Now you hope with this expanded playoff format that again the Angels will capitalize, but man.
Yep. You would think, but no. It's gonna be all American League East.
I don't know. Seattle's on that 14 winning streak right now.
Seattle's on the board, but I still think
their own little superstar.
But I still think that Toronto, Boston, and Tampa are better than Seattle.
As a team, yeah.
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 So
I mean, I can't remember I don't know if it's even happened before, but every single team in the AL East at one point was over 500.
500, yeah, that's crazy. That's
Nuts.
insane. That's terrifying is what it is.
Yeah.
Because like, the Jays have this really good young core, and it's like, we'll be good. We'll be good this year. We'll be good next year. Like it's safe to say the next 5 years is like a really good window for the Jays.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna tell me that not only are the Yankees gonna be good, and not even good, the Yankees are fucking like
They're 14 games ahead.
Historically good right now.
Yeah.
Like they might. What's the record for wins?
116, I believe, by the Seattle Mariners. Actually,
I think they got a chance.
It might.
So, like we're talking historically good. So not only do you have that, but you have the Red Sox who are pretty good, and you got the Rays who are pretty good.
Always good.
And you're telling me that now you're gonna have Baltimore come in and like, hey, guess what, guys? We can play baseball too.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wait a minute. Can we switch to the National League here? Like seriously?
Or just get us in the Central Division.
Yeah, sure. We'll take. Oh man,
there's no one in that division.
Win the Central Division every year.
Yeah. The top team is Minnesota. Bet you didn't even know that.
I would have said Cleveland. Don't call us the Indians.
Yeah. I think they're second in the division.
Yeah.
But that's a tight division because they're all like clustered together.
Yeah, because they're all junk.
Yeah.
And then there's the West where it's like Houston and then... Oh, I guess Seattle's doing okay too.
Yeah.
So... Oh, it's going to be a rough one though. But Jays will be playing meaningful baseball in September, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
That's all that matters.
I mean, the odds for them to make the playoffs, I think it's still minus 500. So it's still very good odds.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All those games where we thought, we have against Baltimore, like, boy, we're going to rack up those wins easy.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
Well, no, because we went into Oakland and we're like, oh, at least we got Oakland now, and we lost 2 of 3. And then we went to Seattle and got smashed. So
and then we struggled against Kansas City. I mean, they won 3 out of 4, but they weren't blowouts.
They weren't comfortable wins, that's for sure. So, all right. Well, I think that's it. Do you have anything else you wanted to discuss sports news wise? No, because nothing fucking happened.
Well, I mean, a little bit of soccer. So the women's national team played against the Americans, lost 1-0. And that was for a berth in the Olympics.
Okay.
They've already qualified for the World Cup next year. So they still now have to go to another round by playing Jamaica to get an Olympic spot.
I was going to say, are you going to tell me that Canada loses to the U.S. and then they don't get into the Olympics? You're telling me the 2 best soccer teams wouldn't be in the Olympics?
Oh, the defending Olympic gold medalists, no less, too.
Right.
With Canada.
Nah, they got to be there. I mean, defending gold medalists, they should just automatically get in.
Berth. Yeah, I know, right?
So dumb. So dumb. Little bit of from last week when we talked about the Saskatchewan situation with Garrett Moreno. I think we talked about. Did we talk about that he got suspended?
No, they were still figure out what a suspension was.
That's right. Okay, so
we talked on Saturday after the game about the suspension. Right.
So to let you know, in case you don't follow the CFL, which that's fine. You don't have to. You should, but you don't have to. So he was suspended 2 games for the hit, 1 game for a previous hit from a different play, and then 1 game for saying something. They didn't use the word racist, but they said he said something about Mazzoli's heritage, which to me translates into something racist. Now, diversity is strength is a big thing that the CFL has talked about, right? Diversity is strength. That was a slogan they had a couple years back. They have a 0 tolerance on racism. Yet here we are. He clearly said something racist and didn't get suspended. Or sorry, only got suspended 1 game. I don't think it's enough. But that's it. Now, Toronto and Saskatchewan, with all this going on, played in Touchdown Atlantic this last weekend. Touchdown Atlantic is the CFL trying to get people out east excited.
For the Schooners.
Hopefully get a team out there. It's still up in the air whether it's going to happen. They really want a 10th team in this league. Okay. So before the game, Duke Williams and I can't remember the player on the Argos, Richardson, I think. They get into a little scuffle before the game starts, and Duke Williams literally picks up the helmet and throws it at his head. Word came down today, 1-game suspension. So, Saskatchewan being Saskatchewan.
Mm-hmm.
And their fans are just classy as ever on Twitter. So, if you're a Saskatchewan Roughriders fan, just don't go on Twitter. That's all I ask. Just stay the fuck off Twitter. Have your stupid little opinions, the whatever, you know, your stupid stuff. Keep them to yourself. Go on your Facebook. I mean, you're all boomers anyways. So go on your Facebook fan group, Echo Chamber, Saskatchewan Roughriders fan group. Just stay in that echo chamber and leave everybody else alone. We don't want to hear your bullshit anymore. That's it. I don't want to hear your bullshit about, Simone Lawrence has done nothing in the last 3 weeks, and it's all I fucking hear about on Twitter. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Okay? That's all. He's been hurt. He didn't even play last week. He's not playing this week. Leave him out of... Keep Simone's name out your fucking mouth. That's where I'm leaving that.
You should slap them first and then say that.
Slap them. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, that's all I've got this week.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott at Scotch Sporting, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikToks, whatever other social media things were probably there. So yeah. So thanks.
There's that new one. Be Real. Did you hear about that new one? Be Real?
No. What is it?
It's interesting. So what happens is at a random time of the day, the app tells you to take a picture, and it takes a picture of your front-facing and your rear-facing camera.
Oh, good.
And then you share it with your friends. It only shares it with your group of friends, so it's not like a public posting.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if it takes it while I'm taking a dump?
Well, no, it gives you the options. Like, you have 2 minutes to take your picture.
Good.
And if you're late, then you don't send the picture, and then
got you. Well, so there's no one of me taking a dump.
I mean, you could if you wanted to. It's
right,
okay, guys.
But it's not going to just do it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it. Thank you for listening. And hey, listen, if you like this podcast, all we ask is that you just tell one other person. Just say, hey, you like sports? Check out these idiots. Anyways, we'll catch you guys next time.